In this short video, we will look at the object hierarchy in the API and where developers can find it in ABBYY Online Help. Before we dive into the Hello sample, let's review a few important basics. FineReader Engine is not a single callable feature, but a set of components working together. It is built around objects that represent documents, pages, images, layout, text, and export settings. Let's use ABBYY Help. Help is available locally as part of the installation or online, and we will now use the online version. From the Developer's Guide, go to API Reference. This is where you will find the object diagram, the list of objects, and the key functions used to start and stop the engine. First, open the object diagram. This page shows the high-level object model and how the main components relate to each other. At the top is the engine object, which acts as the entry point for all FineReader Engine operations. Any workflow with FineReader Engine always starts by loading the engine object. Once the engine is loaded, you can create, access, and use all other objects and APIs needed for your processing pipeline. When processing is complete, the last required step is to unload the engine object. This cleanly releases resources and properly shuts down the engine and should always be treated as part of the standard lifecycle. With that lifecycle in mind, open the engine object page next. As you saw in the object diagram, the engine object sits at the top of the FineReader Engine object model and acts as the entry point for all operations. After you load the engine object, it becomes the central place from which you work with FineReader Engine. The engine provides methods to create and access all other objects you may need, such as document, image, or recognition-related objects. For simpler use cases, especially when you are just getting started, the engine object also offers high-level processing methods that can handle basic one-call processing of an input file and export of results, without requiring you to manage the full set of lower-level objects yourself. In other words, you call one engine method and it opens the file, runs pre-processing, layout analysis, recognition, and then saves the output, all in a single step. For example, you create an FR document for multi-page processing. Let's open document-related objects, then open FR document. FR document represents a processing document that can contain from one to many pages, and it provides methods for pre-processing, analysis, recognition, synthesis, and export. Now, let's step back and look at the object groups. In the left navigation, Online Help organizes objects by purpose, like image-related objects, layout-related objects, language-related objects, text-related objects, and document-related objects. This is the easiest way to explore the API by scenario. Use the alphabetical list of objects and interfaces for broad searches. It functions as a lookup table. As long as you know where to find the documentation, you can quickly contextualize any object or interface you run into while developing. Finally, open the Functions section. These are the two core functions developers use at the lifecycle level. InitializeEngine loads and initializes the engine. DeinitializeEngine deinitializes and unloads it when you are done. Now that we know where to find the object hierarchy, the object groups, and the lifecycle functions, let's see this in a real-life example. In the next step, we will use FineReader Engine's Hello sample for document processing.